Well, coming up, tubers, two bets, and of course crazy people, how the hell did this happen to me and why? If you're curious, I'm going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes explaining why I look this way and how it came to be. All right, here comes the video. Well, tubers, two bets, and of course crazy people, I know the burning question on your mind right now is, am I the proud owner of that delightful piece of art that's behind me? And the answer is sadly no. It belongs to the hotel I'm staying at in Cebu. Now, for those of you that may have never seen me before or watched the channel for the first time, I reside in Dumaguete. And this whole thing is the conclusion of about a 3-month journey that I've been taking with my eyes. I had been diagnosed with cataracts years ago, and up till recently that was easily corrected with brand new glasses. They just keep increasing the strength of the glasses. And finally we got to the point of no return, and about 3 months ago I had to have cataract surgery. And the surgeon comes into Dumaguete once a month, every month. And so I contacted him and we made an appointment. And I think it was about 3 months ago that he removed the cataract out of my right eye. Easy peasy. 2 weeks or so afterwards, it was all cleared up and good to go. And then the following month, he did my left eye. And that one was a little more involved, and it's been a little irritated up until the last week or so. But it too, with the proper drops and whatnot, it settled down, and I could see just fine out of it. So why does this look like I went 3 rounds or 2 minutes in my case with Mike Tyson? It's because I had super heavy duty eye bags, and they weren't just regular normal looking dark circles under my eyes. They were actually big balloon type of skin condition, I guess you'd call, and they're named Festoons. And when Festoons are present, apparently only Caucasians get them for whatever reason, and they're just kind of a eye bag that's on steroids. It got really big and really heavy, and I can't touch my face, but it was dragging down the lower lid of my eyes, and it gave me chronic dry eye because there was not a reservoir underneath on my lower lid. So how do you fix that? Well, you remove the Festoons. And so that's what we came here to do. We came here yesterday. We had made the appointment, of course, prior, and checked in here to the hotel. And then it was the day before yesterday, I apologize, that we came here and checked into the hotel. The next afternoon, we went and saw the doctor, and he did the procedure. And I made a little clip before we went into surgery, or May did, my wife. She took a little clip, about a 5-second clip, of what my eye bags looked like prior to the surgery. So I'll sneak that in right here. Before surgery. Okay, well, once we got into surgery, it took about 5 hours, which is twice as long as it should normally take. The reason being is back in about 2003 or 2004, I had another condition where my upper eyelids were hanging down really bad, and they had to be corrected, which I had done in America. And so when this surgeon went to work, he actually found that had left a stitch or something. I don't know. I was awake for the full surgery, and but he found these stitches, and he had to kind of work around those. And he said that he did about double the work so that he could do it right. And I really appreciated that. He says, because once you're in, you don't want to You don't want to just take any shortcuts. He was extremely thorough. I have nothing but praise for this gentleman. However, I'm going to leave his name and everything out of it until this is actually over. The interesting thing to me was I thought this guy was about 40 years old when I met him. And when I was in the operating room, another gentleman came in about his 30s or so, and he said, "This is my son. He's going to assist us." And I said, "No kidding." I said, "So you're learning like Dad, huh?" He goes, "I'm already in." He's already a licensed ophthalmologist and eye surgeon. So that was pretty impressive. And I found out that my doctor is 62 years old. And I'm kidding you not. This guy doesn't look a day over 40. So I don't know, for some reason that just sort of increased my confidence during the procedure. They did not use any lasers, although they explained to me that that is really the up and coming way to go because they cut and it cauterizes all at the same time. So my recovery period on this is going to be a few weeks. It's ice packs, it's gel. I'm going for a follow-up visit tomorrow to see how things are going. Last night when we got home, May and I got home, I made the mistake of opening a heavy door, and that kind of strains your whole body, and this started to bleed, and then we went to a restaurant. So we were the only people in the restaurant. It's the restaurant here at the hotel, and so we just tried to go like this as much as possible, or I did, so that the people that were working there didn't get scared to hell. And that's really about it. I think that if the reason I'm doing this video primarily is because a number of people, in fact my friend Daryl contacted me. He wants to get his eye bags done, and he doesn't have Festoons. He just has heavy dark circles under his eyes. And he was curious as to the quality of the physician, which in a week or two, when this clears up and if everything's copacetic, I will feel confident to recommend him. And he was also curious about the cost. So I figured if he's curious, maybe you guys are curious too. The cataracts being removed from both eyes and replaced with mono lenses, which is really the low-grade lens. There's nothing special about it. I will be getting a prescription for glasses that will be bifocal, transitional, and also be able to turn dark in the sun. I think that's called transition. And so the procedure for both eyes was 2,300 United States dollars. That was the total tariff for that. I had originally thought it was going to be $3,000 or $4,000, but at the end of the day, just looked at the receipts. It's $2,300 for the cataract removal. And like I said, everything's just copacetic. I can see perfectly out of each eye. I know right now I look pretty droopy and ugly and all that. I'm already ugly, but worse. And then how much did it cost to have this done? Well, to have two very skilled, in my opinion, surgeons there, father and son team, staff of nurses, the operating room, all the medications that they used. Like I said, it took this guy 5 hours to get a 2.5-hour job done. The total cost was 60,000 pesos, or just a little over $1,000. So you got $2,200 for the cataracts. You got another grand, call it that, for the eye bag removal or the Festoon removal, and we're up to 32. If I count in the travel that I spent getting here, the airline was stupid cheap. I got 2 round-trip tickets for my wife and I to come here for 3 days. Well, the time doesn't matter, but the flight here and the flight back for 2 people is about $120. and the little ABC Hotel, which is a very clean, nice hotel. It's directly across from the medical center where we went, which is why it was recommended to us. It's nothing fancy. It's just an efficiency. And it was another $110, I want to say, for 3 nights. So what are we in this thing? About $3,500 total. That's including travel. And that's it, kids. I thought I would just do a quick video. I didn't want to debate this for a long time or get into a lot of details. I could go over all the stuff that they did. There was one little tidbit I will share with you is they froze my face. I was awake the whole time. And they froze my face the same way they freeze you when they're going to go to work on a cavity. All right, they just numb you up. Well, he had this great big syringe. I swear it looked like the size of this water bottle. It wasn't that big, but you get my idea. And a big long needle on it. And he checked the solution and he said, "Is this 1.2?" But he's like, and the nurse said, "Yes." And he goes, "But what's the 2?" And he goes, "How did you make it the 2? Before it was just a 1. And she said, "Well, I filled it with lidocaine." And he just took the needle and threw it away and said, "No, that's absolutely wrong." Apparently his head nurse wasn't there. And these 2 female nurses, who were very sweet and nice, she had put the wrong mixture in. And you know what? This was not his first rodeo. I asked his son, I said, "How long has your dad been doing this?" He said, 30 years. And so he was very precautious. He had he told him the right mixture to use. And I don't pretend to know the ingredients or the chemicals, but he shot that puppy into my face. And I got to tell you, there was only all around my eyes and my forehead and this whole area. And I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, the shooting of I'll call it the Novocaine or the numbing agent, whatever he used, maybe a 2 tops, 1.5. Very, very, just like a dentist, you know how it pinches a little bit? And wow, he knew how to whack that nerve right away. And they were very, very good, I thought. I'm curious to see, and maybe if you guys are too, I'll do a little update. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing my Roy Orbison imitation again, because I don't want to go out in public like this, and it's a bit unsightly. So anyway, that's the story. The Festoons are gone. The Cataracts are gone. I'm on the mend, and we will see you guys in the next video.